We have Dark Magician, Kozmo, Fluffles, and, well, ABC for you guys, all wrapped up in one very nice video. I'm back to 30% of you guys have not smashed the ever-loving crap out of the subscribe button. Smash this so we can get further into 100,000. This has been absolutely an awesome journey, and I'm having a blast, man. So the first list we're going to be looking at here is Michael Boyd's first place Dark Magician list. Now, first of all, I love watching Dark Magician do its thing. The deck is basically just a Dragoon Turbo at this point in time, which opens up some... cool plays that you can do? I mean, about as cool as watching a Dragoon run around on a field while your opponent goes, I hate it here. Why? Why is this card not banned? Alright, so fundamentally, honestly, I feel like this deck has pretty much just evolved into like Soul Servant Abuse, where you use the spell card to kind of set up and do a lot more, I would say, damage. The cool thing about this list is you've also seen like the reduction in Dark Magician itself. Dark Magician, you know, being a brick, fundamentally does not help any sort of game plan with this deck, and that's why you've seen like reductions in numbers of cards. Like Dark Magical Circle is cut down over the years to like a 1 of. You know, while these generic cards for the archetypes still remain good, you just clearly see less numbers of them, especially in a format where you need more hand traps in order to really survive to play the game. That adaptability and things, you can't really afford more of those bricks. That's why you see like Blue-Eyes decks at this point in time playing one alternative, because they do nothing to overall promote the end game result. So looking at this list, we're very hand trap heavy, all right, which is not, that's just reflective of the format, all right? Like, if you could play more like engine-based cards and get away with it, you would. But in a format where, you know, you're playing 15 hand traps between Ogres, Ashes, Bells, Nibiru's, and Imperms, that's just, you need more generic options to kind of counteract things. So if you're looking at this going, well, this isn't a Dark Magician deck, it's a hand trap deck. No, it's still very much Red Eyes Dark Dragoon Turbo the deck. So I'm very happy to see this is at least performing up to standard for the most part. All right, next up here is ABC. Now, this is actually, I see we're playing a nice little Rite of Armisia package in here. Now, the cool thing with playing Rite in this deck is you don't give two crappy whappies about your normal summon in this deck. Like, okay, well, my A is floating anyway. You know, my B is floating anyway. My C is floating anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. The one thing I do like about this list, though, is the reduction of pieces. We're on 2A, 2B, and 2C. And I also want to say that I think that's very reflective of the power scaling in the format here. When you can scale back engine pieces and get away with it and still achieve pretty much the same overbearing result and, you know, still capitalize on those things, I think you're doing pretty dang good, all things considered. And I really will say, looking at this list on paper, you know, getting to take advantage of the DPE package, getting to play the Sky Striker package in here so you can link climb, you know, you do see a lot of the advantages and things that are built around this. I also like the fact that you also get to kind of cheese in skill drain down there. Do not underestimate how good just a well-timed skill derp can be. Like, your opponent's just going to stare at you and go, oh, well, I lose now. And unfortunately, that's just kind of one of those things, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, ABC performing up to standard. I like it. Next up here is a Kozmo list. This is Kozmo Dogmatica. Now, I will say this. Kozmo and Dogmatica, they do go together to some degree. I mean, oh no, if I resolve a punishment, I can't special summon from my extra deck. Well, anyway, you know, Kozmo, if it needs to access its extra deck in some sort of capacity, it's going to be in a semi-bad position, but this build is playing the DPE package. So unless you open, like, you know, Extender plus, you know, like Fusion Destiny, which would be like, what, the Ecclesia. So you'd want to normal summon, I guess your game plan's technically normal summon Tin Can, and then go like Fusion Destiny shenanigans, then like end phase Kozmo Search. It's definitely an interesting idea on paper. I do think that you do need DP in this deck because you need the additional draw power, but I think at the end of the day, yeah, you can't really play without it, unfortunately. Hand traps are checking this deck. We're on triple E-Telly now, which, damn right, you better be playing E-Telly. Being able to get those Kozmo tin can searches is the reason why this deck can do good. Alright, and let's not forget the fact that Mr. Dank Destroyer over there is still one of the best dang cards that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had in a very long time. I'll float on down. Watch me do it. I also like the fact we're playing 2 of the field spell in here. We're not trying to go too crazy with that. Too many field spells leads to too many inconsistencies. And the last is we have for you guys here. Oh god, this is 60 card. Boral covered this for you guys. So first of all, we get to play the Fluffle package so that we can do our thing. So you can set up interruptions through Scythe to set up the big guys. You also have the Magician Souls package in here for draw power. And then you get to set up your Rite of Armesia, Griffin Rider shenanigans to even further annoy the opponent. Talk about a pile of cards that actually works on paper, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not gonna dog this. I understand like the interactions with this. This just feels like a lot of stuff going on in one deck. You thought Modern Era Yu-Gi-Oh! Couldn't power creep any freaking harder, and then you look at this and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a real pile of cards, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, what do you think about these lists? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button. So you guys know I'm more awesome content, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day with some more cool awesome content. You guys stay safe, alright? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.